Welcome! Hi, Allison here. I am going to get busy with cutting out a quilt. It is a Christmas star quilt by Caldwell of So Be It Quilts. It comes in 4 steps. It comes in the tree block, number 1. Number 2 is the star block. Number 3, the cornerstone block. And number 4, the piano border. So it is in 4 steps. We are going to take care of step number 1 today, which is going to be cutting out step 1, which is the tree block, and sewing it up. Let's do it. There we go. Okay. So I've got my ironing pad. I've got my iron, and it's even plugged in. It's not on yet. I've got, as we travel here, 2 rulers for cutting. My Omnigrid 6 by 12 and my Ganger 3.5 by 18.5. Both of those, this one's super old. Just loaded a new, my last, and it's a Missouri Star blade into my rotary cutter. Get a drink of coffee. Okay. Step 1. Okay, so from green fabric, which is going to be the sides of the tree, it would appear that Fallon has the same green, so I think I'm going to use that green that I acquired. I'm going to, maybe not so scrappy, use this. There's a school group with state volunteers. They look to me about 2nd or 3rd grade. They are over at the cottage getting a lesson on, I think I heard them talking about hummingbirds over at the tables over here. So maybe just a general wildlife presentation. Okay. When I was down at the ocean a bit ago, we had some dolphin go by. Now we have a nice straight edge. 2 4.5 by 8, 5 5-inch squares, 2 4.5 by 6.5, 2 4.5-inch squares, 2 2.5 by 4.5, and 2 4.5 by 5. Okay. Huh. Oh, they're all right there. Okay. Interesting. So those 4.5-inch squares, I'm sure, are going to be used for these half square triangles. Ooh, okay. So these are 4.5 inches. So unless I sew some stuff together, I can't use jelly rolls. I can only use jelly rolls on the piano keyboarder. Okay. I think I can make it work. It'll be all right. Okay, so from green, 4.5 by 8.5. Let's just cut a bunch of 4.5s. I figured I would have just enough from this not quite fat quarter for each of the pieces I needed for in the tree. Just darling trees on the white background. It would be perfect, but I need to get each of my half square triangle pieces to be upright, at least in my mind. I guess it could be scrappy sideways. We'll see. And I am one short, but I have a little bit I could add to one side of what's left. My two 4.5 by 16.5 and my two 4.5-inch squares. Okay, now I need one 8.5 and one 12.5. Okay, let's make this up. So I need the 5 by 5 green and the 5 by 5. There's those. This needs to be a little adjusted. And given that they are half square triangles, so we're making those 10 half square triangles. All right, let's do it. This can be put on the side burner here. This can be thrown away. Wish me luck. It's going to be a little scrappy on the tree action. Let's sew these bad boys together. There we go. All right. And let me make sure that I sew these. There. Happy sewing. I think I will resituate you, so maybe you're over here and not, I don't know what would work better. I am not a YouTube creator that does much. I've never done any sewing online, so welcome to my first. I think this is a good side though, because at least you get to see me ironing up. Okay. I think I will cut this extra off. Some folks crossing in the crosswalk right here behind our trailer. Okay, get a little spray on it. Open it up. Iron her down. All right. Usually like to, for a good firm iron, I count to 8-ish. Okay. Let's get this back. Not too half bad. They're a little taller, but not bad. It'll work. Okay, let's make this a 5-inch square. It was 5, right? Not 5.5? Right, 5-inch squares. Using the 5-inch green and the 5-inch tree fabrics, use the 2-time method to create 10 half square triangles. I'm going to draw a line, a diagonal line across the 5-inch trees, and then I'm going to sew them up like this and make 2 half square triangles out of each. So here we go. Let's get that done. Okay, got my pencil marked. Now these, as I said earlier, are directional as well, with the ornaments hanging. So I'm going to want to be able to put those upwards. Okay, which HSTs are right or left, up or down? Whose idea was it to pick directional fabrics, huh? Okay, I'm gonna cut my points off. You know what? I'm gonna try a whole new look. I really kind of like this fabric. See? Very pretty. think it'll work. On my last one here of the 10. Success. They're going in the right direction. The tree baubles are hanging and the trees are standing tall. Not exactly block lock easy. Okay. Get my cutting board cleaned off so I can lay out the tree. How exciting. All right, now let's try this again, shall we? I do have these as scrap. And if there is a way to produce these right sides the way you want them for both fabrics being directional, I'm embarrassed that I should know after all these years, but no, you just have to, I had to make double. All right, so these are scrap. There. All right, now let's lay out our tree. Here's the 16. Here's the 12. Here's the 8. Here's the 4. And this one goes at the bottom, right here. So I could move all these up. Can you see that? I need to. I only see half the tree. All right, well, it has definitely been an adventure to get it done right. Let's see. Well, what do you think? I think it works just fine. So then I'll have all this other green here, and this will just be a khaki, not white. It'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to sew those together. I need to lay out the green that goes beside it. See if I have enough of everything cut. So these little guys go at the end of the 4.5 by 12.5. So these go here. The 4.5 goes at the end of the 8.5 here and here. The 6.5 goes at the end of the 4.5. Center. Make sure I lay them down the correct way with the tree bubbles hanging the right direction. Boom. This is 2 8.5s. They go at the top. And the 2 4.5 by 10.5 go adjacent to the 4 down here at the bottom. Boom. Okay. Now let's look. I will get these rows sewn together, including the very bottom, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm on the last one, connecting all the pieces going across for each of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows created for the tree. The center, oh, get out of town. I just ran out of bobbin. Just a 1/4 of an inch shy of the end. It happens. I thought before sewing it would be, advantageous to iron these guys. And I thought to myself when I started this project, looking at that blog, for quilting it nice, it'd probably be good if I ironed open these seams. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Okay, so I ironed those nice and flat and open, and these, and then I pinned both ends, and I'll pin here in the middle, and that should do. Alrighty. And then I had a full bottle of my spray starch, but then to remove all my blue ink from my previous 3 projects ago, my beehive quilt, I sprayed and sprayed and spritzed the blue ink away. And then even in packaging it to go to Montana, I found more blue. I don't know if it reappeared or what. Okay, I'll sew these together and get back. Just finishing ironing up the back. I've opened up almost all my seams. Just not the diagonals, I guess. And one I just didn't see. Okay, so here you go. What do you think? I do have a 1/4 inch at that top. Okay, all right. Very nice. Feeling good, feeling good. Step 1 in the books. thank you for being here. Hope you don't mind my, rustic camping quilt style. Hi, Dan. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. Did you have a good day?
Yeah, it was good.
Super.
Every day's a good day.
Yeah. Eric Johnson's fighting a cold, so
Tell him I said hi.
thank you.
Hope he gets better quick.
Me too. I made chicken soup.
Oh, funny way to go, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. All right, give it a good iron. Feeling good, nice and flat. Feeling like lots of families are in the park, that's for sure. Lots of people walking about, little ones. My husband met a gentleman who thanked him for all his work and asked where he was from, my husband, and we said where we were, and he said, oh, I used to work in that school district. To make a long story short, it was Dave, an electrician, who was then the person put in charge of making our school district eco-friendly. And I think he said he retired in 2019. Has a beautiful big Montana fifth wheel. See you next week for step 2. Come on back. In future, I promise, I pledge to close my rotary cutter. It's just not a good idea to leave it open. Thank you for inviting me to the Christmas Star Collab, Kelly. See you next time. Like and subscribe if you care to.